Imagine waking up one morning and finding out that the world's second-largest economy just pulled the financial rug out from under America. That's right, China just dumped U.S. debt on a massive scale. Now, why does this matter? Because the U.S. government survives on borrowing. Washington issues trillions in Treasury bonds, and foreign countries buy them. For decades, China has been one of the biggest lenders keeping America afloat. But now, they're cashing out. This isn't just numbers on a balance sheet. This could mean higher interest rates, a weaker dollar, more expensive mortgages, and yes, the kind of inflation that makes grocery bills even scarier than they already are. Think about this. In just the last year, China has cut its U.S. debt holdings by over $100 billion. That's not an accident. That's a message. And while Wall Street analysts downplay it, the truth is, this could be the most dangerous financial shift America has faced since the 2008 crisis. Stay with me because I'm going to explain exactly why China is doing this, how it impacts you directly, and why some experts believe this could be the beginning of a new economic Cold War. For decades, China has bought U.S. Treasuries for two big reasons. 1. To keep their currency stable. 2. To park their trillions in foreign reserves in a safe investment. But here's the shift. China no longer trusts the U.S. as much as it once did. Rising tensions, trade wars, tariffs, sanctions. Beijing doesn't want to be financially vulnerable to Washington's policies. Geopolitical strategy, China is preparing for long-term competition, even conflict. Reducing exposure to U.S. debt is part of a strategy to build independence. Diversification, instead of treasuries, China is buying gold, oil contracts, and bonds from other countries. In fact, the People's Bank of China has been buying gold for 17 straight months. That's not a coincidence. Now, why should you care? Because if China isn't buying U.S. debt, someone else has to. That someone else is usually the Federal Reserve, which means printing more money, which leads to inflation. Think about the timing. Interest rates are already at a 20-year high. Mortgage rates are painful. Credit card debt is exploding past $1 trillion. If foreign buyers stop financing U.S. borrowing, Americans will pay the price through even higher costs. This isn't just about politics. This is about your retirement account, your savings, your job security. Because when global demand for treasuries falls, the entire financial system starts shaking. Higher borrowing costs, the U.S. government owes more than $34 trillion. If fewer countries buy our debt, Washington has to pay higher interest just to borrow. That means taxpayers eventually foot the bill. Weaker dollar, the dollar's strength depends on trust. If China dumps treasuries, it signals to the world that U.S. debt might not be as safe as once believed. A weaker dollar makes imports more expensive, from electronics to fuel. Global shift, China isn't acting alone. Countries like Russia, Saudi Arabia, and even allies like Brazil are exploring alternatives to the dollar. It's called de-dollarization, and it could rewrite the global financial order. And here's the kicker. While America struggles, China is building stronger ties with Asia, Africa, and even Europe. They're setting up trade deals that bypass the US dollar completely. Picture this, you walk into Walmart 5 years from now, and instead of made-in-China products being cheap, they're suddenly expensive because the dollar has lost its power. That's not science fiction. That's the road we're headed down if this trend continues. China is rapidly reducing its U.S. debt holdings. They're moving into gold, oil, and alternative financial systems. This weakens America's economic position and strengthens China's. And the average American, you, me, our families, will feel the effects in higher costs, weaker savings, and an economy more vulnerable than most realize. This isn't fearmongering. This is reality. For decades, America has relied on the world financing its debt. But when your biggest rival starts pulling the plug, it's time to wake up. So here's my question to you. Do you think America can survive without China buying its debt? Or is this the beginning of a financial storm we can't control? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you, because this isn't just politics. This is about the future of the U.S. economy, and every one of us has a stake in it. And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because next week we're diving into something even bigger: how America's allies are quietly shifting away from the dollar, and why the mainstream media doesn't want to talk about it. Until then, remember, the numbers don't lie, and neither does history.